Let's see how to build that Asteroid Shooter game. So let's get coding. Let's start with a blank page, and now let's go to choose a sprite. Let's pick all of the sprites.
Let's change the name of the sprite so it's easier to use it later on when we do our code.
Let's do the code for the rocket ship. Let's get a when green flag is clicked, and then let's go to looks, and let's get a set size. Change the 100 to 30. Motion, go to X and Y. Just make both of them 0. And now let's control and forever block. Motion, let's grab a point towards mouse pointer block. Let's test it out. Let's move everything out of the way. It's not going in the direction that the mouse pointer is pointing. So let's just grab a turn 90 degrees block. If you get confused, just grab the first one. And let's change it to 90. And now let's test it out. Now it's going the way that the mouse pointer is pointing. We finished the code for the rocket ship. Now let's go to the laser code. And let's go to costumes. And let's click the button B. That looks more like a laser. Go back to the code tab, and now let's go to events, and let's grab the when green flag is clicked. Looks, and then hide, and set size to 20. For a forever block, in control, and the wait 1 second. Change it to 0.1 seconds. Now let's create clone of myself. Now, when I start as a clone block.
So what this does is every 0.1 seconds it's going to create one of these laser pieces. So now we have to tell it what to do once it creates one of these laser pieces.
So now, motion and go to random position. Let's make it rocket ship because the laser wants to start at the rocket ship. So now, point towards mouse pointer, and let's do a turn. Let's do the first turn block, and then let's go to operators, and let's do a pick random 1 to 10. And let's do it -10 to 10 degrees. Looks, show. Control, a repeat until. And now, sensing and touching mouse pointer. But let's make it edge. Now, motion and move 10 steps. And now, control, and let's delete this clone.
Every 0.1 seconds, it's going to create a copy of this laser. And then it's going to start at the ship, and it's pointing the direction of where the mouse pointer is. The ship is always pointing towards the mouse pointer. And it's going to keep moving forward until it touches the edge of the screen. Once it touches the edge of the screen, we don't need it anymore, so it deletes itself.
It's going to start at the rocket ship and go to whichever direction the rocket ship is pointing. Let's test it out. Now let's go to the bomb code, and let's go to when green flag is clicked, looks, hide. Now go to back layer. And now motion and go to rocket ship. And now, events, and when space key pressed. Now, in if statement, and control.
So now we need to create a couple of variables. One to keep track of the score, and one to charge up our bomb.
Now variables, and now make a variable. And let's call it Ultra Bomb. Now let's make another variable called score. And then OK. And now, operators. And then blank greater than 50. And let's put in the diamond. And let's make the 51. Let's go to variables and ultra bomb. Let's grab a show block. And now variables. Now change my variable by 1 and let's put it under the show block. Let's change my variable by -1. Let's change my variable to Ultra Bomb. Now let's go to control. Let's grab a repeat until and put it under the change block. And now let's go to sensing and let's do touching mouse pointer. But let's do touching edge. And then looks, change size by 10. And now change color effect by 25. Set size to 100. Inside the if statement, but not in the repeat until. And let's get a hide block. There we have it for our bomb. Let's test out the code. Let's make this -1. Boom! That was crazy. Let's put it back to 1. Now let's go to the rock code. Let's grab the one green flag is clicked. And now set my variable to 0. But set score. And now you gotta let's grab another set block. Let's set Ultra Bomb to 1. Looks and hide. Now set size to 50. And now let's go to control and a forever block. And a wait block inside. And now let's go to operators. Pick random 0 to 3 seconds. The 1 to 0, and let's change the 10 to 3. Now, control, and create clone of myself. There we have it for our first piece of code. Let's grab a when I start as a clone block. Let's go to motion and go to rocket ship. And now point in direction. Now let's go to operators. Now pick random 1 to 10. Let's change that to -180 to 180. Now let's go to motion and let's go and grab a move 10 steps block and let's make that -300.
And what this does is it just makes the rock start at the center and then it'll go in a random direction out 300 steps. So it starts somewhere off the screen. And then what we're going to do next in the code is make it come towards the rocket ship.
Now a show block and now control and a repeat until block. Let's go to sensing and let's go to touching mouse pointer and let's do touching rocket ship. Motion and move 10 steps. And let's change that to 1. And now another move block. And then operators. And then let's do a blank divided by blank. Variables and the score block. And now let's change the blank to 100. And now control and a stop all block. There we have it for our second piece of code. And now, when I start as a clone, let's grab a forever block, an if statement inside the forever loop. And now, let's go to operators and let's do a blank or blank. And then sensing, touching mouse pointer, and let's do touching laser. And now another touching mouse pointer. Let's make that bomb. That's how it goes away when it touches the laser or the bomb. Now sound, start sound pop. And now variables and change my variable by 1. Let's make the my variable the score. Let's change by 10. Another change block, ultra bomb by 0.2. Now control and delete this clone. So every time you shoot a rock, you get 10 points of your score and you also get 0.2 of your ultra bomb. There we have it. Let's grab a backdrop. Let's make that galaxy. This looks cool, ain't it? There we have it. Let's play it.